everyone, it's Chi again, back to share more healing messages from my heart to yours. Okay, I've been doing my yoga and stretching and exercise. Lots of energy flowing today. This morning we went to Seattle to meet with a lymphatic massage therapist. Her name was Rochelle, and her office is in Lower Queen Anne Hill in downtown Seattle, and her business is called The Art of Healing Touch. And we really like her a lot, my husband and I. She is very intuitive and spiritual, and she understands and knows at a very profound level that we are spiritual beings temporarily experiencing a human existence in a body that we are inhabiting, right? But we are not our bodies. So she understands that, to properly heal holistically, we have to detach from identifying with physicality, identifying with the body, right? So, and because she's awakened and a sensitive like me, she senses energy like I do. She's a healer, right? And so it was so beautiful having this lymphatic draining massage with her. It was just like really gentle touching. It's not like massage, right? And just trying to touch the skin in certain areas to get it to release the lymph fluid. So anyways, after my treatment with her, I just felt really good. Like there was just no more tension. I felt pretty good going into it, but definitely afterwards there was a definite shift, So, and it's funny, like her name is Rochelle, and then I also know Rochelle from joycenters.com in Snohomish, who also does her own lymphatic draining. But I just went with Rochelle this time because her specialty is lymphedema, whereas Joy Centers, she's just more, it's not her specialty, right? It's just for generic healing. I love Joy Centers, but I kind of really wanted to go with a lymphedema specialist to work on the arm. Whereas with Rochelle at Joy Centers, she does more head and neck, this whole kind of area when she does her lymphatic draining. Both are very nice, and I've done both, right? But right now my focus is the arm, and then of course I spoke with Rochelle at the Art of Healing Touch about what she thinks of my healing, and she was very, very positive, very supportive. She did confirm that I had severe block in my lymph nodes here in this armpit, and everything has to be rerouted, like rerouting the flow up to the neck here, and then the flow in the back all the way around to this side, and then rerouting this flow to this side using manual lymphatic draining like this, right? Or the kinesial tape does help too. And I don't have tape on now because I took the tape off for the massage. So anyways, wonderful healing touch Rochelle has, both Rochelle and Rochelle. Highly recommended. And I think for me, my intuitive guidance is that as a healer, I'm more of a energy, I guess, transmitter, right? So I don't have any like formal medical training and therapy training like Rochelle and my naturopath. That's just not my thing, right? Because we're all here to just serve in our unique ways by being ourselves, right? So whatever we're called to do. So I'm more called to be kind of like an example, a way shower, through my voice, through my beingness, and also just to help people tune into their hearts and open up, and then connecting points of light, right? And by sharing my recommendations and stories, and talking to other people, and linking YouTube videos from other star seeds and stuff like that. So that's just kind of my thing. Just connect different points of light, but still staying in my calm center and being uniquely me, and making choices from my own heart, and not letting external influences I guess lead me into a direction that is not in alignment with my soul and what my heart really wants for me, right? And my heart really wants to be joyful and happy and pain-free and living the life of my dreams. That's what my heart wants, and that's what my heart is gonna get, because the heart is how we create, right? Through the heart. Yes. Very good. Tuning in, a few deep breaths. So keep loving yourself. Tune in to the heart. And the heart is going to expand your consciousness and bring to you the energy healers or or therapists that most resonate with where you're at. Okay? Yes. And as you move further along your journey, okay, things will morph and change and evolve. Right? So nothing stays the same. Right. And it's not always easy, I know, right? Cancer and lymphedema, these are serious trials that we're all going through. But just know that there's a point to this, okay? And we're not here to suffer. We're not created to suffer. So the suffering of humanity with all of our disease and wars and atrocities is a temporary situation that we are unwinding from as I speak, right? Moving away from all that 3D chaos towards a more peaceful, heart-centered, fifth-dimensional existence, where as we open up our heart, the field starts expanding and we become more sensitive to others and their energies and energy in general, right? And we move into a more expansive state of being, right? Where we know that there's nothing I can say or do that won't affect the rest of the world, right? It's like the butterfly effect, right? So that's when we become very, very mindful and very, very compassionate, right? In how we interact with our entire world, everything in it, everyone in it. Because we know at a deep cellular level that doing harm to anyone with our thoughts or actions can only have an impact on our own energy, because that is how the universe works, right? Whatever you put out, you get right back into your field, even if you don't consciously feel it right away, or it doesn't manifest as a negative event or an illness right away. It is in your field, it is affecting you, and it will manifest as some negative event, some kind of explosive trigger, or eventually create pain and illness in your body, right? And tension, right? So that is the process to breathe and move into the heart and start doing the inner work to purify and cleanse and clear and push out anything that is of lower density and negative, that's going to pull us down and prevent us from rising up, moving into a higher state of being where we can live the life of health, wealth, joy, and abundance and happiness, without conforming to any external standards, right? That's the key, right? Okay? Because we're not here to judge anyone. Everyone's unique. Everyone's on their own journey. So it's not about an external way of being, even though, yes, most starseeds are probably eating really well, taking really good care of their bodies, staying away from negativity and 3D traps, right? That is true. That is kind of a common link with starseeds, you know, that we are very upbeat, very in tune with the body, and eating whole foods and, you know, plant-based diets. You know, that's kind of like a common theme. But beyond that, you know, it's like there's no external rules, right? You know, we just take care of our bodies because that's natural, right? The body does really well on clean, whole foods. That's all natural, right? I don't know of anyone who looks really, really healthy from the inside out that eats junk food. I don't think that person exists, okay? So besides the diet nutrition part of it, I would say just be yourself, whatever that is. You know, I like Kundalini music, I like Kundalini yoga, but you know, there are healers that are more, I guess, from a totally different background. You know, right? Like I've linked to Joshua Tongol yesterday, and he's from a kind of like more traditional, not traditional, but more like a Pentecostal Christian background, you know, so he started doing, you know, his healing work on himself, you know, that way, through the church, right? It doesn't need to be about religion, because eventually he figured it out, you know, that it's really not about religion, right? So it just depends, right? You can start in a religion, but eventually you're going to outgrow it, and your consciousness is going to expand beyond the ego mind, beyond limiting concepts, right? And you're going to see that everything is connected. There's no point to judge anyone. There's no formula on how to live your life, because everyone is here coming at it from a different perspective, right? And every perspective is important. Every perspective, okay? That's why, you know, you don't need to be right or wrong. Just be you. Be you in the present moment, right? And choose from love. Choose love. Choose life-affirming choices, right? Okay, yeah. Okay, and, you know, I can sit before you claiming that I am the healer that's healed herself, because that is true, right? The 3D world has manifestation and creativity kind of upside down, right? It thinks, the 3D world thinks, because the human mind is this way, thinks that to create an outcome, you know, you're not technically there until you can measure that outcome and say, oh, yes, you know, physically, you know, you're healed when you have, you know, a PET scan or an MRI that says you have no cancer, or you can, you know, you have, you know, perfectly even arms. You know, only then are you perfect, and only then are you deserving and worthy, okay? That's the ego mind's interpretation. But in reality, the greater reality of this whole universe is that everything starts from the invisible realm. So we have it upside down, right? So you gotta turn it right side up. It starts with energy, it starts with consciousness, it starts with spirit. So it goes in the invisible realm, and then it trickles down, right? So that's why it's very important when you heal, start from spirit, start from your soul. Tune into the soul, claim it within your soul, then your soul will take over, right? let the physical stuff naturally unfold, because it will, okay? Right? And healing naturally from cancer is not a destination, it's a journey, it's a process, right? It's a process, right? Yeah. Yes. So tune in, love yourself, don't worry about the physical, okay? Right? Once you tune into the heart, your goal is to stay present and breathe and connect. Yeah. Very good. And I'm going to link Aaron Brown's video today too, because like I said, I'm not here to reinvent the wheel. He does a great job of presenting very linear information about the ascension process and how to manifest and how this hologram works that we live in, right? Because we live in a 3D hologram, okay, that responds to our thoughts and our emotions, right? So starseeds like Aaron and I are here to demonstrate how it is that we as creations, right, ego creations within the hologram, how we can expand our consciousness, okay, and go beyond ego and bring in the awareness of this, how to navigate this hologram, so that we can influence this hologram and bring heaven on earth, okay? This is an earth hologram, right? 3D earth, okay? We're here as way showers from higher realms to bring a new way of being, okay? Right? An expanded way of being into a human body, and to demonstrate that to the people of earth, right? So they understand that they have a human body too, but really what we all are just spirit, we're consciousness, right? And so with this human vessel, consciousness, spirit, that's what we are, that's what you are. I'm not any different than you, okay? I'm consciousness, and you're consciousness, okay? Right? We can embody these vessels, right? And learn how to connect both sides of the brain through meditation, okay? And then we can learn how to tune in and allow universal energy to start balancing out our bodies and start tuning in, okay, to the invisible energies that are all around us, okay? And these energies are informing our bodies, right? Okay? They actually vibrate your cells, right? So these energies create physicality, okay? So that's where your power is, divine energy. Because divine energy create physicality, right? Yeah. So you've got to solve your health issues by expanding your consciousness beyond the ego mind that created the health issue. Okay? Because everything that the ego creates is within the 3D realm, okay? And it cannot expand beyond, right? Because it's limited to that left side of your brain, right? So it's going to be spinning around like a dog chasing the tail, right? Right. So it doesn't know how to break out, doesn't know how to truly heal itself. Right? So it requires spiritual light, requires consciousness, requires your awareness, okay? Our awareness, okay? Yeah, to create space, right? So that we can start observing ego, right? Instead of identifying with ego, we observe, we love, we allow, okay? Right? And then that's when the magic happens, okay? When you stop judging and stop running away from what's unfolding right before you. So that's how I can sit before you with saying I'm healed, okay, and not have any like physical proof besides me going, hey, I'm healed, I'm feeling really good, and you know, I'm being honest and forthcoming, and yes, I am actively taking care of my arm every day. It's like a full-time job, okay, but it's feeling better because of it, right? Yeah. We've got to take care of our bodies. Yeah, let go of the ego's desires to go out into the 3D world and conquer it, right? Because that mentality caused your illness, right? Remove yourself from the 3D world. Focus in onto your healing journey and heal the body. Whatever it takes, just listen to the body. You know, my body likes lots and lots of attention, you know, constant motion, and the energies that come into me are guiding me with the motion. I'm not sitting here thinking, gee, what do I do next? You know, it just automatically unfolds as I surrender to the flow. Yeah. So that's what's happening with me, and just wanted to share that with you, and encouraging you to surrender to the present moment, right? And allow what happens to just unfold without judgment. And claim your healing. Claim your healing from the level that matters, the level that actually creates physicality. Claim your healing at the identity level, the spiritual level. Okay, you're a divine spiritual being, which means that you are healed. Claim it. Okay, right? You can't be a divine spiritual being and have cancer. Okay, only a 3D physical vessel can have a temporary expression of illness. A spiritual being cannot. Okay, spiritual being exists on a totally different dimension, right? And that's who you really are. That being can witness this ego, fishbowl person, that is your ego, experiencing extreme pain and suffering. You know, witnessing this ego experiencing cancer and lymphedema. Okay, you're witnessing it. Okay, now you're aware you're witnessing it. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to let it happen? No, you're going to go in there and save your little ego, right, from cancer, from dying of cancer. How do you do it? You do it by not identifying with the ego. You do it by creating space and knowing that, oh, I'm a divine spiritual being, and I'm witnessing this ego experiencing pain and suffering through cancer and lymphedema, right? That's what you do. And then from there, you can be compassionate. From there, you can embrace. From there, you can call forth spiritual light. You can call down the energies of heaven, however you want to call it, through your own religious upbringing, or however you want to say it, you know. Yeah, just call it forth, because that's what you are. You're connected to source energy. You've never not been connected, right? You are source energy, okay? So, have faith. What I'm saying is true, that you are source energy. Have faith. Yeah. Proceed from that. Okay? So, unless you make a decision, your next move, your choice, based on love, okay, which is faith in knowing that you are a spiritual being, okay, then you're not going to manifest healing, right? So the faith has to come with the action that is in alignment, head, heart, with that belief, with that knowing that you are worthy of healing, okay? That you're already healed in heaven. And it's just about bringing that template of heaven into the physical vessel, clearing out anything that is of the old 3D template, clearing out all that inner angst and hate, right? Anytime you judge yourself, you're storing it at the cellular level. So when I go into meditation, you know, my body shows me holographic images of memories of me hating my body. You know, like you know, my left breast have always been bigger than my right, and I was like hated my left breast. Well, the cancer's in the left breast, right? You know, there's many times where I've, you know, judged my body, you know, as crooked, or, you know, the left's not right, or one leg's longer than the other. And, you know, we just are so cruel to ourselves that every time you do this, the body takes notice, and the body thinks there's something wrong with me. The body thinks, oh, my breast, something wrong with the breast, you know. She's hating it, you know. Like, I remember I was 12 years old and my breasts got too big or whatever, and I didn't like it because I was very self-conscious. I always did not like my body. So I would like try to like take bands and tape my breasts, you know, and hide them, and just really, really ashamed of my body. Okay, that's just my upbringing. I don't know why. Maybe it's an the older women Asian thing. I don't know, but it's just we don't really. I'm not, you know, we're not really confident with our bodies as much, and maybe that's just me. I don't know. Okay, but anyways, because I was like that, always kind of like trying to hide certain parts of my body, and I'm just, you know, be ashamed of certain flaws, you know, that every time I had those thoughts, you know, that it would be stored in the cells. So that's kind of part of why I have what I have is. And it's my journey to sort that out and let it go and learn to love myself, right? Love my swollen arm, love my crookedness, right? Love my imperfections, because I'm not identified with them anymore. They can be just as they are, right? Whatever. I can have purple skin, I can have a horn growing out of my head. I am what I am, right? So when you take on a different perspective and you're no longer looking at like the outside world to judge yourself and measure up, you know, then you can free yourself from that over identification with the body, right? Then you can start loving the body back to health. The body, if you stop judging it, will automatically heal. Okay, you just got to stop with the judgment and storing those judgments in your body. So when you stop doing that, and then you start bringing in the spiritual light with a strong desire to purge and release anything that does not serve your highest purpose, then you will start to heal, right? Because that's just how we are wired. This is how this whole 3D game is set up, to respond to your thoughts and emotions and your intention. So if you have an intention to go deep and heal, it will happen. Okay? It might not happen the way your ego wants it to happen, but it will happen. Okay? As long as you understand there's no destination, one step forward is all you need. Okay? And then you'll take the next step, right? And you have to do this because, you know, cancer and lymphedema, it's not fun. You don't want to hang out there, okay, playing in the mud with cancer and lymphedema. You gotta clean yourself off, ascend back to heaven, a state of being, okay, with the body, so that the body can heal and be restored, okay, back to a state of harmony and peace, okay. And I can definitely say for you, for sure, that after this beautiful treatment I've had today and all the wonderful exercise and good nutrition, and I'm kind of like still doing mostly fasting, eating like intermittent fasting, you know, eating generally very little. But yeah, all of this is just kind of starting to harmonize, and as long as I'm patient and staying very present with the body and using my energy and my breath to push out any density and pain, I find that I am in a state of deep peace